quick unboxing on this Retevis Ra86. I've got some of this company's handhelds. Just another Chinese brand radio. They all work. They get the job done. The reviews I've already seen on this make it look a lot like the Midland MXT, the 275, their 15-watt model. Retevis claims that these will do 20 watts. Everything, a bunch of the, not all of them, but a bunch of the reviews I've been watching are saying 15 watts. So it wouldn't surprise me if this thing rolls off the same assembly line that the Midland unit does, just with a different badge. I mean, even the microphones are real similar. Maybe they're just Midland rejects, or maybe it's exactly the same thing. I'd have to actually take it apart. You get a programming cable, apparently. Though, I'm not real sure where you'd hook up the program. Let's see if you can find that in the directions here. Pretty standard microphone. It does look like a programming cable. Maybe it programs through the audio, through the headphone jack in the back. We will find out, I guess. Pretty standard connection. B-Tech has a 20-watt unit that I'd like to get my hands on, and they have a barrel connector, like the 8-pin barrel connector, instead of this, was RJ45, I think this is called. And they actually sell things that allow you to use your Kenwood plug accessories like headsets and hand microphones and stuff with that unit. This does not have that option, and I'm not sure how I would get that to work. What I could do with it at the moment is hook the headset jack, or hook the microphone or the external speaker jack up to my Sena SR10, and I would at least have audio in my headset, and then I could just use the hand mic to talk back. So bass unit, microphone, which looks very much like a Midland unit. 12-volt cigarette lighter plug. I will not be using this. I will run heavier gauge wiring, either to an auxiliary fuse block or straight to the battery and fuse it. This is really, really thin wire. The idea for this is to use it in my CJ2, where I can tuck this up out of the way, and whenever I'm not using it, tuck this up underneath the dash, so that way there's no radio hanging out in the Jeep, because I mean, it's basically all factory over there. They sent a cheap little magnetic antenna. Again, I probably won't be using this. I'll probably go with a hard mount NMO antenna, at least half wave. And then, let's see, some small metal tabs. And not entirely sure what they sent those for, unless the microphone's magnetic, which it's not. And then standard mounting stuff, mounting bracket. Pretty standard radio stuff. Like, they don't even list that charging cable in here as an option. Or charging cable, that programming cable. I don't know. I'll get it hooked up to my base station here later, hook it up to the external antenna, and do some power testing on it. I'm kind of thinking that I'm going to see exactly what they saw online. And unless I got some other model, they also do the same thing that that Midland does with the CT, CSS, and DCS codes. They just give you a code number, and then that code number coincides with the actual tone frequency. Some of the other, whenever I was looking at this on the actual Retevis website, their menu option showed the actual frequency instead of the numbers. That's another reason I think this might come off of the Midland, the same line that the Midlands come off of, because that is a Midland scheme right there, a Midland numbering scheme for the CT, CSS, and DCS codes. And then, of course, all you can do on channels 8 through 14 is just receive, because the radio won't go down to 0.5 watt to be able to use those center frequencies, those center simplex frequencies. But you do get repeater access and normal simplex access. I'll check this thing out and see what you can do with it. Who knows? Maybe you can actually get in there and change the programming on it. All right, that's it for now. All right, so a quick addendum to the RA86 video. I did go and look up the programming cable. It will program apparently through the actual speaker output. Looking at the programming that's available for it, it's not... You really can't change anything in the radio. You can change the settings you can change from the microphone. So you can change your CT, CSS, and DCS codes. You can change your power levels on the repeater channels and the 15 through 22. And you can't change much of anything else. It's kind of... I don't know. It might make your life a little bit easier, but for the most part, I think it's a worthless thing to provide. I mean, thanks for the free programming cable, I guess, or I guess you paid for it, part of the damn radio. But yeah, there's nothing that I saw on their video explaining how it works that is like, oh, you can't do this from the hand mic. You can do all that stuff from the hand mic. You can't change the frequencies. You can't change the names. All you can do is change your tones, your power levels on the frequencies that you can do higher power on, and that's pretty much it. So, I mean, you can use it. I just don't know if it would be worth dragging a laptop out to your Jeep or other vehicle and setting it up and programming it rather than just doing it from the handset. So, there you go. That's it.